Hello, Warren.
And Landon.
Here again from the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And today we're taking a look at another one of Landon's figures that he thinks is really cool from the Transformers Cyberworld line. And which one is that?
Galvatron.
Right, so we're going to be looking at Transformers Cyberworld Galvatron today. So stick with us and we'll give you a closer look at this pretty cool figure. Alright, so we're going to start off with a look at Galvatron here in robot mode. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that this is unlike any other Galvatron we've ever had before. And honestly, that's alright. I think the name use is perfectly fine. It is kind of funny how he has a tail while in robot mode.
Well, it can be used as like a...
Oh, it comes off?
Yeah.
How does it come off here? Just by pulling it.
And he can have two weapons.
Okay, so let's do that, because that looked a little... How do you...
He has one of those pegs to put in his hand.
Peg... Oh, right here?
No, this! The cylinder thing.
Okay, here. You put it in his hand.
Yeah.
Apparently this is adult proof. Okay. So you can say it's a little blaster or what have you. But the colors on this are really nice. You have a really dark blue, almost a purple and gray. And then he has this massive weapon. So this is part of the Cyberworld Deluxe line.
Like the Chop Shop.
Yep, just like Chop Shop, meaning it comes with this extra weapon. That's pretty large. And usually has some sort of feature. So, I mean, you kind of got a blaster there. And then it almost shows like blast effects that way. Or I guess you could say those are whips. I think they're more like fire or blast effects.
Yeah.
One thing that's pretty cool about the face sculpt on this figure, let me bring him up.
He has a mustache.
Yes, he has a nice kind of handlebar mustache on him there. And if you've watched the Cyberworld cartoon, again, which is free on YouTube, it's a series of shorts.
Very country.
Yes, he sounds very country, which, again, making this Galvatron stand out from others, like... thinking back to G1, either Leonard Nimoy or Frank Welker's interpretations. But with that being said, he has a very interesting introduction and then kind of disappearance in the cartoon. And again, it is free on YouTube. Go check it out. But there's nothing right now saying that this is indeed a version of an updated Megatron from any universe right now. So Galvatron, so as we understand it, both the toy and the show, Galvatron and Megatron are two separate characters, which, makes for an interesting dynamic, a different show. It doesn't always have to be the upgraded retool or repaint of Megatron is automatically Galvatron.
They're both alive at the same time.
Yes, they're both existing and alive at the same time. We'll do a couple comparisons here. For the sheer heck of it, because of the usual relation, we will put Megatron up here, the Megatron Bull, who stands approximately the same height as Galvatron here. Whoops.
Well, there is another Megatron Cyberworld.
Yeah, there is another Megatron Cyberworld toy,
we'll
but...
probably do another video about that.
But we're looking at the one that's in the show right now, the Bull. And now this Megatron is not a deluxe, so he doesn't have the extra weaponry, but
He does have, like, an axe for his tail.
Right, he does have an axe for his tail.
But I kind of lost it.
Okay, so we don't have that with us.
Right now.
But, there are some slight design, what I'll say, similarities. You got these shoulders here, you know, both kind of come up to a point.
They both have horns.
They both have horns or antenna.
And an animal on their chest.
Yep, and there's an animal head on his chest, which is a dragon in the case of Galvatron here. And then, of course, we have
the bull.
The bull on Megatron. So, again, these are kind of cool together. Great comparison. And just keeping it, you know, just for funsies, let's take a look at Kingdom Galvatron, who is quite a bit bigger than Cyberworld Galvatron, but you know, there's also a few design cues here just between the characters, not necessarily the molds. You can see that the blaster, or the kind of the blast effects on this Galvatron, you know, kind of a goldish, almost a shiny orange color, just like Galvatron's barrel over here from G1. So again, pretty, you know, pretty neat that he stands on his own. Let's go ahead and take a look at the alt mode for Cyberworld Galvatron, and I'm going to let Landon transform him.
Hello. So, first thing we'll want to do, take off his little weapons. We'll see them later. And put his little tail on with this one, not this one. And he's done.
Okay, you're gonna put that, yeah, his extra effect on him there. All right, so we have Galvatron in his beast mode, again, his dragon. You know, the weapon works in both modes. You know, it's kind of a blaster / blast effect. His mouth, does his mouth open?
No.
Looks like it should. Okay, so
yeah.
It does not open. Now, his fists are still visible in this mode from the front, the side, not so much. You know, he's just a cool little dragon here.
I'm going to show something with the blast effects.
Okay.
Real quick. So, if we take these off, yes, they can come off. If we, like, put them in there.
Okay, so you could do some different things with... So they really are more like... Well, they just went out of focus. They really are more like blast effects. And, so, and then, you know, your gun up here can change. All right, and then...
Put this back to normal.
All right, and then why don't you transform Megatron so we could get both of them up here. Just, again, for like a size comparison, even though they're apparently not the same character.
Apparently not. So, we'll just...
Okay, so... You know, I was talking about similarities between the two, even though they're not the same character. You know, you have some, like, I mean, obviously, they have some of the same engineering here. Get that better in frame. So you can see the back legs for the beast modes are very similar to each other in how they fold up, and then you're kind of walking on the knees. And then even from the sides and the front, you know, you can't really see the fist of the robot mode. You turn it this way, you know, look at it from the front. You kind of have that similarity. And then again, those, where it comes to a point on the shoulder. So, you know, here's the thing. They have not stated that, you know, this Galvatron's from a different universe than this Megatron. So again, we're treating them right. We are treating them right now as separate characters, but you know, seeing how this is, you know, does share so much tooling with this Megatron, I would buy that. I mean, I would understand that. You know, that he could actually be an updated version of Cyberworld Megatron. Because, again, transformation's almost identical even. So, time will tell. He seems to be more of a mysterious character on the show.
Sometimes he disappears, and sometimes he doesn't show his identity.
That's right. So, you know, again, just a really cool little figure here. You know, whether you're a collector or just someone looking to play with the toys. And again, just for funsies, so there's a lot of, you know, Dragon Transformers over the years that this one would probably go well with. Of note is, you know, Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron. You know, I almost feel like this is an homage to that. No, Galvatron. I'm almost, you know, thinking this is an homage to that one. And then, you know, you also have ones like this. And again, this one's just for fun. This is transmittal to Beast Wars Megatron, the later version. And, you know, no, they don't scale together at all. But, you know, if you're building kind of a dragon horde on your shelf, I do think this Galvatron fits right on in. So, let's transform him back and do some final thoughts on him. But for those that are aware, Beast Wars 2nd, because I know I kind of threw Land in there. Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron was the anime, kind of the sequel to, not really sequel, but the expansion of Beast Wars in Japan. And it was around the time we were getting like Optimal Optimus here in the States that Beast Wars 2nd launched. And I do have a Beast Wars 2nd Megatron, but, or excuse me, Galvatron. Now see, I'm doing it. But I don't, it's not in the greatest shape to be shown right now. And again, just like this here, where we have a Megatron and a Galvatron separate, Beast Wars and Beast Wars 2nd, Megatron and Galvatron are not, you know, evolutions of each other. And then one thing Landon just showed me, because, you know, again, these are very customizable where you put the weapons and all. But Landon just showed me that, you know, you can put that big blaster on his wrist. And showing Kingdom Galvatron out here again. You know, even more of an homage to our original Galvatron. Alright, so that is kind of our deep dive into Cyberworld Galvatron. Landon, what are your final thoughts on this figure?
I think it's a really good figure.
It's really good. What are your favorite parts about it?
I like how it becomes a dragon.
You like the dragon?
Yeah.
Anything else in particular?
His mustache.
His mustache. Yeah, I kind of like that too. I know the one that comes to mind is Shattered Glass Hot Rod / Rodimus that has a nice mustache like this one. Outside of G1 like Scourge or anyone like that. But anyways, a fun little figure. Definitely worth the pickup. Anything else you want to say, Landon?
No.
All right. Well, in that case, we want to thank you for watching this video. If you find that you liked it, which we hope you did, you know, please give it a like here on YouTube. That really helps us. And then, of course, comment, you know, what do you think of this figure? You know, what's your favorite Cyberworld figure, favorite version of Galvatron that's been released or as presented in the show or comics? And then, of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel for more content like this. other reviews, thoughts on the latest releases and news that come available. And then, of course, you could also check out my original channel, Peach State Prime, which has just a bunch of fun content in and around the South, including the Atlanta area, where, go to different attractions, fun places to shop and eat, different events, including conventions. So that's out there for you to enjoy as well. But anyways, as we already said, thank you once again for watching this video. We hope you have a great day, and God bless.